We're back. It's another week of insanity. I gotta admit, it was actually a quiet week. Very, very quiet. This time I'm not kidding. It really has been quiet this week. Not a lot of stupid news stories. Not a lot of news in general. I mean, a few big things that I'm going to get into in further detail, but not too much to talk about in the opening monologue tonight. Not a whole lot. But, you know, there's always some stupidity in the world. And my personal favorite was a man fought off his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend with a master sword. I'm going to give you a second to let that sink in because you did hear me right. A man fought off his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend with a master sword. I don't have any footage. I wish there was freaking footage of this. I just imagine it looking like this. Because according to the story, let's see, Eugene Thompson is a hardcore cosplayer at conventions. And he basically, according to this, he got into a fight with his girlfriend. And his girlfriend ended up calling her ex-boyfriend to come to the house. And from what I'm hearing in this story is basically the boyfriend picked up a flower pot, I guess hit the guy in the head with the flower pot, and then he pulled out his master sword and attacked the guy. This could not have been any better unless they... I don't know way this story could be any better is if they actually were dressed as Zelda and Mario. It would have been the only way it would have been better. Ex-boyfriend attacks guy with pot, and he uses the master sword to defend himself. Now, this is what the guy looks like. He looked like he got roughed up pretty good. Now, the funny thing is, it's like all these stories I'm reading, none of them give me details. And they making this guy out to be like the hero in this, you know, defended himself off against the guy who invaded his house with a master sword. What the fuck did this jackass do to his girlfriend that caused her to call the ex-boyfriend and made him have to come to the house? That's the real question I'm asking. That is actually the real question people should be asking. Yes, it's a fun story, but look, you need to look past that first layer. What did this jackass fucking do to his girlfriend that made her have to call her ex-boyfriend to come to the house to get her? Think about it. I know women very well. A girl will never call her ex-boyfriend unless she really feels like she's in danger. Or unless she's a two-timing whore and fucking completely crazy, but that could be beside the point. But you gotta fucking think. This guy must have done something. But, you know, of course, the news stories end there. Now, for the other crazy, wild, absolutely insane news. I'm only finding this in tabloids, so I don't know if this is real or not. But supposedly, Walt Disney had a sex tape. Yeah, another one I'm going to have to let you sink in there for a second. According to only a few sources, and it's nothing really confirmed, but supposedly this guy William Casberry, which is a known collector, claims to have in his possession a sex tape with frickin' Walt Disney in it. And if you don't know who this guy is, you should know there's something very important. You should know this guy is also the same guy who claims to have a sex tape that shows JFK and his brother Bobby tag team of Marilyn Monroe. So it's not always a credible source. But according to him, he has an 8mm sex tape of Walt Disney. But he's refusing to show it to anybody. Yeah, that's always a good argument. I have this. I swear I have it. No, I'm not going to show you. I can't show you. It's fragile. It's delicate. If God forbid. As soon as I heard the story, this is all I can imagine. Yes, your childhood has just been ruined. That's all I can imagine. when I heard that story. Now, there's other news, other news, but this next news, I think I need to wait on. I'm gonna have to wait on for for a little bit. I think we need some music to bump for ourselves before I get into the real horrifying frickin' story of the night. Yeah, Minnie Mouse giving Walt Disney a blowjob. That was a bumper for the horror that you're gonna see coming up after this music break. We're gonna get this one started with a little Iron Maiden.